Hey Taurus and Pisces, this is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope everybody had a good first day of the week. I hope you guys are having a great end to your month, enjoying March Madness if you like basketball. This is Taurus and Pisces sitting in the tree, Kissing. We do 3 for recent past energy, we do 3 cards for current energy, and we do 3 for future energy. We do 1 card for overall and 3 for guidance from the universe. At the end of the spread, I will pull an oracle card from the Sonia Choquette Trust Your Vibes deck. A reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. And Taurus and Pisces, let's see what we got going on. So your first card, Wheel of Fortune. Second card, King of Wands. Third card, King of Swords. For your current energy, you have the Hermit card, the Six of Coins, and the Five of Swords. And for your future energy, you've got the Nine of Cups, the Hangman, and the Queen of Wands. So let's see what's going on here, Taurus and Pisces. This kind of looks like the Taurus and Aquarius reading a little bit, but then, yeah, not so much. So Taurus and Pisces, your recent past, so we're talking about probably the end of February, first part of March, you guys were completing a cycle, and there may have been some arguments, there may have been some heated discussions about money, about how things are divided among you, who does the dishes, who washes the clothes, who sweeps the floor. The middle of this, you got the King of Wands, which is everybody's just full of themselves. Ain't nobody had nothing good to say. It was pretty much just a fuck you fest all the way around, Taurus and Pisces. I'm sorry. With the King of Swords at the end of that, looks like either one of you just shut it down and were just doing things to keep the peace in the house. Because nobody wanted to see the ugly booger bear coming out the closet. So everybody, up until recently, was just being quiet and being mum and, just doing stuff so the other person didn't get all riled up. As we get into your current energy, Taurus and Pisces, you've got the Hermit card, which is telling me both of you have retreated to your respective corners and you were thinking about it. All the fuck yous and the I don't care what you said. Everybody has retreated to their respective corners and everybody got their little lamp and just trying to do some thinking about what's going on without saying it. I guess I probably don't have to say it. Some of you may have some termination energy here. You may want to break it up. Others of you may want to just take a break and don't necessarily want to end it permanently, but just step back, step off, and check yourself. I hear some of you are in school. Some of you may be trying to change jobs, and all of this is kind of happening at the same time. So Taurus in particular, everybody has just kind of moved back and thinking about what's going on. With the Six of Coins being the centerpiece card for this reading, it looks like at the heart of the relationship, you guys have a lot of money problems. And it looks like there's one person that just wants to spend all the money and the other person wants to keep the money. If I were just hedging my bets, I would garner a bet and say this Taurus is trying to hoard the money and the Pisces is trying to just swim away with it. And that is the centerpiece of this, all of this, and where most of the angst between the two of you is coming from. At the end of the current energy with the Five of Swords, this is about not attacking just dealing with a problem the same way and thinking that you're going to get a different result. That's what this card is about. And that's where both of you are right now. Both of y'all are trying to do the same thing, thinking that, oh, well, if I don't speak, well, maybe they'll speak to me. Or if I don't do this, you're trying to do the same thing and think something different is going to happen is what they call insanity. And that's where both of you are. Y'all are moving out of this reflective phase, at the core of it is money between the two of you, and who's spending and who's not spending. That's the challenge and the crux of all of this. And here, the two of you just trying to, and swords energy is intellectual energy. So y'all are thinking, oh, do it this way and it'll be different. No, it's not different. You are going to have to change. Let me jump to your future energy with the Hangman. You're going to have to change your perspective. That's sitting right underneath the I spent it all, I'm sorry card. Both of you are going to have to change your perspective on a relationship. This card came up for Taurus and Aquarius also, about changing. We're just in a time and the energy is just as such that things that you used to know or things you thought you knew are not true anymore. And so if it's happening on the big stage, if that energy, if you can see it manifesting on the news or whatever you watch, and you see all these institutions and people and places and things that you thought were never going to do anything stupid or never go anywhere, or whatever it is you thought would never happen, it's happening. So the bigger issue is, especially for you Taurus, is you've got to unhinge your hooves out of those old beliefs and change your perspective. You are not going to be able to keep attacking this situation with your partner currently the way you have and think you're going to come up with a different outcome. It's not going to happen. Let's back it up. The first card, the Nine of Cups. The wishing, the hoping, the dreaming that you're doing, it's almost, I want to say, kind of like you asked for it, you got a Toyota type thing. It feels like both the Taurus and the Pisces and the Cups, that's the water energy, that's Pisces. It seems like you guys bargained for more what you actually got. And so, again, it's about changing your perspective and understanding emotionally where your partner's coming from, Taurus. So this is future energy. So at some point, the two of you are going to have to sit down. And if this is really about, and this is not going to resonate with every Taurus and Pisces relationship, but if the crux of this is money and it being spent any kind of way, and things in the house or in your home or as a couple are not being taken care of because one or the other is spending it and the other's trying to keep it, you're going to have to deal with that. None of the hopes, wishes, and dreams are going to come true. Everybody's going to feel like they got gypped, cheated, jilted, whatever, because if you're not changing your perspective, it's not going to happen. As I say that and put this card down and pick this one up, you are not going to have the sexy, seductive, hot passion until you do that, and until you guys can take care of what's going on here with your money. And I'm sorry, I didn't pull out the overall energy, but let's just take a peek. The Death card. So, changing your perspective, your overall energy. And I'm going to say this about Taurus and Pisces. You both want to transform this relationship. It can go, the energy is going ping-ponging both ways. It can be about transforming it, tearing it down and redoing it, or it can be actually the literal death of the relationship. And this is kind of the overall energy for both of you. Not just you Taurus, not just you Pisces. It's kind of the overall energy. It's kind of like, well, fuck it. If we can't get it together, maybe we need to just end it. Or maybe we need to step back. And again, it might be a thing where you need to take a temporary break. Some of you may need to just focus on yourself. If you're not already living together, it may be a good thing to maybe take a month or two off and just focus on work or school or your kids or whatever, and come back late spring, the end of May, the 1st of June, before summer, and say, okay, we took a break. This is what I think. And people think taking a break is risky. And it's like this. If the person that you're taking a break from, if they're meant for you, they'll be there when the break is over. If they're not, they'll be gone. Either way. But just know, Taurus in particular, where you are is not a bad place. You are thinking, you're trying to process and analyze what's going on. I don't think it's your first reaction to get up and walk away from the relationship, particularly if you've been in it for a minute and this is not something that just got started last year or the beginning of this year. If you've been in this relationship for 2 years or 3 years, your first inclination is not going to be to get up, get in the who ride and ride away. You're going to try and work on your investment where you've spent your time. Pisces, even though I know it's in you, when you get overwhelmed, you want to do what fish do. You want to swim away. You don't want to get bombarded with the details of the relationship. And again, that's bringing me back here about doing things the same way and expecting a different outcome. Pisces, you too are going to just have to change that perspective. And again, it can go your way as well, Pisces. Either you are ready to transform the relationship or you're ready to just kill it. Either way, both of you are kind of thinking along the same lines. You may not, I'm sure, not in the same place, but you're close. Both of you are either going to want to stay in it and work on it, or you're both going to try and hop out of it. One is going to jump first and the other will just follow suit. I don't see this, if you do break up, I don't see this being a big knockdown, drag out type of situation. It's just going to be like, okay, we tried this, it's not working, whatever. This is a big situation for Taurus and Pisces. Just looking at the board with the Wheel of Fortune, with the Hermit card, with the Hangman, with the Death card being the overall energy. This decisions that are being made now are going to change. They're going to change your life. So if you decide to stay in it, you're not going to be able to stay in it like it is. You're going to have to transform it. You can't keep doing shit the way you've been doing it. You're going to have to do something different. Or you're going to simply walk away. And that energy is strong either way. So it's really going to depend on each individual and your circumstances and what you got going on. Let's see what the universe has for your overall guidance, Taurus and Pisces. Oh yeah, Justice, Ten of Cups, Hierophant. Doggone it. With the exception of a handful of cards, here this looks like the Taurus and Aquarius reading. Wow. All right, so the Justice card. Both of you, Taurus and Pisces, need to take responsibility for your actions. And this is, again, bouncing and ping-ponging right off the swords. Doing things and doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Where you make those changes is when you start taking responsibility for your own actions. Pisces takes responsibility for what they're doing, and Taurus takes responsibility for what they're doing. There's nobody perfect and unflawed in this situation, in any situation, but particularly this one. So there's no need to be throwing dirt pies at each other, talking about who's worse. It's the same thing. Both of you have flaws. So it's about taking responsibility and ownership for what's yours and what part you play in the relationship. And the universe is clear. You both need to sit down and figure out who is responsible, particularly if your centerpiece card is a Six of Coins and this is about somebody spending their money all jacked up and, money is not where it's supposed to be. With the Ten of Cups here, this is not about the happy family. This is telling me that somebody may be leaving. And if this was reversed, that's what it would be. Somebody would be leaving. But it's not that simple and it's not that clear cut, especially if there are children involved. This is not going to be easy to get out of. However it's resonating with the Taurus or the Pisces. There may be some additional financial responsibilities, which may be, why this Six of Coin is your centerpiece card because of money. So this is not going to be, if you decide to terminate the relationship completely. It's not going to be very easy to walk away. There are going to be some hurt feelings. I don't necessarily see a whole lot of arguing and fighting and yelling and craziness. This is about two people that it's just not working. If you get to this point, universe is saying there's strong possibility one or the both of you might decide to leave the relationship. Don't give up on commitment. And then it flies out of my hand. Don't give up on commitment. Taurus, Pisces, either one. If you want to keep your relationship, you can. Again, it's going to require change of perspective on both parts, transformation, and getting a handle on it. And I mean really getting a handle. You may need a third party to step in to help. And you're not going to get to any kind of level of different commitment with each other until you clear out the problems. And if I'm looking at the board, it's everything on the damn board. There's cups, there's coins, there's wands, there's swords. So that's telling me there's a lot of different things at play in this relationship. It's not just because the money is all messed up, but there's a lot of things at play and a lot of layers to this. So definitely, by all means, the two of you definitely need to sit down and talk about what your future is going to hold. You know, if you're going to be able to change enough and be open enough. And that's not just you, Taurus. That's you too, Pisces, if you're cross-watching. If either one of the both of you are going to be open enough to take a risk in changing your perspective on a relationship. Your relationship is not an ATM where you can just run up the bills and go shopping and do a lot of crazy shit. It is not. If you want to have that sexy, confident energy in your relationship, and this is your future energy, you are going to have to change your perspective. You change your perspective, all of this will open up. So it sounds like Taurus and Pisces, if you want to stay together, you're going to need some renewal. Do not be bashful about asking for help, however that resonates with you. If you need to go to counseling because you are in a marriage or a seriously committed relationship, definitely, by all means, get some help. It never hurts to have a professional third party kind of intermediate between the two of you. So think about that. And the death card, again, I'm looking at it, and the energy that's coming back is it's either way. You can either transform the relationship or kill it. And both of you have that on your mind. Do you want to change and work with the relationship, or do you just want to throw it out? Let's see what the oracles got. It is. Either one of you, Taurus, Pisces, call on your guides. Call on your guardian angels. Whoever it is that makes you go. And that helps you when you get in this kind of energy where you got a lot going on and you need to make some serious decisions about your future. Call on your guides. They will help you. They will show you things that you didn't know were there. If you need to see something, they will show you. If you need to do something, they will show you that as well. But that also means that in this current energy with the Hermit card, meditation will help you. And if you call on your guides, they will help you get you grounded. Taurus, that's very important to you. Pisces, if you need to just process your emotions and you need help doing that, ask for help. Call on your guides. Taurus and Pisces, I love you. I hope you guys have a great week and a great end to your month, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.